ಹಾರ್ಡ್ವೇರ್ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಈಕ್ವಲೈಸರ್, ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೌ ಇಟ್ ಟ್ವೀಕ್ಸ್ ದ ಸೌಂಡ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಆ USP ಆ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. One fine day he messaged me and said like, you know what, Namith, we are planning to have a Asia Pacific R&D center. Are you interested to come in and lead it? Then I said like, if it's Bangalore, we are not doing it in India, we'll do it in Singapore, kind of a thing. Then there's like, what they asked like, where is the alternative? I said Mangalore. I am from Mangalore, I know Mangalore. What we thought is like, we will build entire product line from the ground up, and that's why this unit was born. We can proudly say 80% of its software and design was made from our own Mangalore.
You had a team?
No, I had a zero team when I started. I was the first employee when I started. Let me reach out to people who are from Mangalore, who have the skills that I am looking for, but working somewhere else, like it could be Bangalore, Pune, Chennai. So I reached out to them. And surprisingly, they were eager to come back. My parents at this point of time are really proud that I am back here and doing some, giving some employment here and things like. In a matter of 1 year, we grew so much. So we started with one person in January 2025, like the first hire, and at the end of 2025, we were 40 people.
Wow!
I think now it's the next level, which is innovation and research. I think once the innovation research starts, right, rest everything will fall in place. Mangalore has all the ingredients to make anything success. I think if we have to grow the IT ecosystem here, people who are from Mangalore working outside should make a decision that I have to build in my hometown and come back here and start building it.
Hello, I'm Avinash. We are here at our podcast on the series of Cultivate. I think good place today, and it's a fine morning. We finished our coffee.
Absolutely.
And so we have here Namith Padmaraj from Bose Professional, Mangalore. He's the Director of Software Engineering, and we are having a very candid conversation. Would like to learn from him a lot, understand from him a lot. I think first of all, I would like to understand ಬೋಸ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ತುಂಬ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಸೋನಿ ಇದೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಜನರಲಿ ನನಗಿಷ್ಟ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ನನ್ನ ಕಾರಲ್ಲಾಗಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಇದರಲ್ಲಾಗಲಿ ಬೋಸ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ಸ್. ಬೋಸ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ಸ್ ಏನು ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ? ವಾಟ್ ಡಸ್ ಇಟ್, ವೇರ್ ಡಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಮಾರ್ಕೆಟ್? ವೈ ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೊ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್? ಐ ವುಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಟು ಹಿಯರ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಯು.
Sure, definitely. So Bose is founded by Amar Bose. He is from actually India. He was a professor in MIT, and he had a lot of passion for sounds basically. And he found Bose, the brand Bose. So Bose ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಸ್ಪೆಷಾಲಿಟಿ ಅಂದರೆ, ಹಾರ್ಡ್ವೇರ್ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಈಕ್ವಲೈಸರ್, ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಹೌ ಇಟ್ ಟ್ವೀಕ್ಸ್ ದ ಸೌಂಡ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಆ USP ಆ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಅದು ಒಂದು. ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ, ಈಗ ಸೌಂಡ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಸೇಮ್ ಫಾರ್ ಆಲ್ ದ ಸರೌಂಡಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಎಕೋಸ್ಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ ಕಾರ್ ಆರ್ ಇಯರ್, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು change its properties.
Okay.
So we have so many models and so many different the tap setting anta, depending on the height, depending on the length, depending on the surrounding absorbed material, you have to tweak the sound frequencies to adjust to that ecosystem.
Okay.
So we have a lot of variants and lot of settings within the hardware which tells the software what to do when based on the surroundings. Okay. So that settings changes idula, that gives a edge over lot of other speakers. Now everybody is catching up, they are reverse engineering and finding out and getting there. Some people take our settings and apply there and do all those things, but we are always innovating because we are when some people catch up, we go to next, innovation and make it better and things like that. So we are always on, top of the sound business in the segment that we operate in. So we have about 40% market share in, the entire installed audio setup as such.
Okay.
So one thing I want to clarify. So right now we are not like Bose Professional. I'm from Bose Professional, not Bose. So Bose Professional is not part of the original Bose anymore. So they have sold off the Bose Professional to a separate wing, and we are operated by a private equity company at this point of time.
Okay. So you mentioned about the how Bose is different, and I mean I had that urge to know why is it so different and why is it so good most of the times.
Absolutely.
Now I think you have chosen, the company has chosen Mangalore to be one of the only facility outside of US or outside your headquarters. Just very, very eager to know why it all landed up in Mangalore.
Sure. So I am from Karkala, 60 kilometers, a city which is 60 kilometers away from Mangalore. I am born and brought up in and around the place. So the culture, the people, and the Mangaloreanness is deep, rooted in me. So where the career and job took me to multiple places, but at the end of the day, I always thought I will come back here and settle, kind of a thing. So I was working in Singapore for about 12 years, and I was working in a company called Motional, which is part of Hyundai. I used to work for a self-driving car. It's a self-driving car company.
Okay, not from the speakers
Not
domain
from the
or
speakers,
sound domain, nothing.
Yeah,
like that.
nothing. No sound domain, nothing. I was purely into software engineering and cloud computing and all those things. And that's where I met my current boss, who is a VP of engineering in Bose Professional. So he was my boss in the previous company, and he moved to Bose Professional 2 years ago. We were in touch, and one fine day he messaged me and said, like, you know what, Namith, we are planning to have a Asia Pacific R&D center. Are you interested to come in and lead it? So it sounded very interesting to me because one of the things I strongly believe is you work for a boss rather than a company. In my, that's my kind of motto. Of course, the company was good, everything was good, but I liked that person a lot, and I thought, like, it's a new opportunity. I have done so many things in last 12 years in that company, so it's a new opportunity, new beginning, and setting something from scratch. So I'll learn a lot, kind of a thing, right? So
and when was the decision made?
So it was, he reached out to me in around March 2024, and I checked with my family. We were all excited for the new beginning and things like that. So the question was like, where do we start? So we were in Singapore, so we said, like, we will start in Singapore. But then we talked a bit more, and our long-term plan was always to come back to India when our son starts schooling as such, right? So we were like, if the long-term plan is India, why don't we go to India? Is me, my family, and my boss kind of talked together and decided. Then the question is, where do we set up in Bangalore? Of course, everyone knows Bangalore. Let's go to Bangalore. Lot of talent. You can hire things quickly, move things very fast and things like that.
You didn't speak about traffic?
Oh yeah, they did not know, right? Like nobody knows except us that what Bangalore, right? So people always think about like how quickly you can build the team and make start making impact and things like that. Then I said, like, if it's Bangalore, we are not doing it in India, we'll do it in Singapore, kind of a thing. Then they asked, like, where is the alternative? I said, Mangalore. I am from Mangalore. I know Mangalore. I know there is a lot of talent here. It's very easy to commute, and one of the important thing for any R&D company is longevity of the people, and the attrition rate in Mangalore is very low. There is all infrastructure that is necessary to set up a company quickly, like be it building, IT infrastructure, or any such things. You have ready-made solutions available here. And I also showed the data, like there are 100 plus small to big companies operating here. About 10,000 IT employees are already here. and we have produced so many talents who are here and working outside, and there is a possibility that we will be able to get them back and make a strong team here. So we showed some data, showed some success stories, and created a pitch to the board. And the board said, my boss, that sounds promising, it's your risk kind of a thing. He took a risk on me.
Okay.
And we said, yeah, let's do it in Mangalore. So at March he reached out to me first, and at August decision was made, and I quit the company and
so
flew to Mangalore in August. In September, I went to US. I understood what they want to build, and spent a month there to understand their technology, what's their roadmap, what they plan to build.
So here it's entirely on research-oriented.
Yes.
The projects in Mangalore.
Yes.
Okay.
So when I went there, right, so as I said earlier, so Bose Professional got separated from Bose, and Bose Professional has a lot of IP that it got as part of separation. But it's all legacy technologies and old kind of systems. So what we thought is, like, we will build entire product line from the ground up, and that's why this unit was born. So here we are now building a new array of software, and basically we call it as an ecosystem, a new speaker ecosystem from ground up. So it includes mechanical design, embedded systems, firmware, hardware, software, applications, cloud. So it's a vertically integrated system that we are building all the way from ground up.
Okay.
And
That's interesting.
yeah. So that's what it was decided when I was in US, and they said, like, go start hiring. So
the niche, the core thing has been brought to Mangalore.
Absolutely. I mean, we are so happy to I mean, I can't share more about what is it yet, but in a year and a half down the line, you will see this product coming, the first version of the product coming to the market, and we can proudly say 80% of its software and design was made from our own Mangalore. It's absolutely thrilling to see that come to life.
Okay. And what are the 3 top things that made Bose to make a decision to switch to Mangalore? What are the top 3 things in your mind? So why I'm asking this question is because so that other entrepreneurs or people like you who may be willing or planning or thinking to get some projects to Mangalore, it could be a great help for them.
Definitely. So I think, as I said, like, getting making the decision of coming to Mangalore was by pitching what Mangalore can already offer, and some of the success stories. But that's only to create a base. But after that, what happens is it's mostly what you start delivering, right? So you have to form a team quickly. You have to start.
You had a team? No.
I had a 0 team when I started. I was the first employee when I started.
You had already figured out some, like, your core team initially, or
no? Nothing. So only when I went to US, I really understood what we have to build.
Okay.
So then I had to make a plan on what is my core team is going to look like, and I started to advertise few job openings around, and many people applied. Initially, I started to hire people who are from various places who may or may not had tie to Mangalore. And I had a bit of bitter experience when I offered people who said they will come, and they did not really show up because they hardly had any ties to Mangalore. So then I changed my strategy to say that, let me reach out to people who are from Mangalore, who have the skills that I am looking for, but working somewhere else, like it could be Bangalore, Pune, Chennai. So I reached out to them, and surprisingly, they were eager to come back. I think there were 3 things that attracted them. One, of course, is a Bose brand name. Second thing is the work that we are doing, which is all the way from ground up, and it has a horizon. And of course, we are profitable, and we don't have to wait for anybody's funding and all those things. So stability.
Right.
And third thing is, I think people were genuinely excited to come back,
Ah.
So I talk to them on day-to-day basis now. They don't want to go back to Bangalore. They don't want to go back to, Pune or anywhere because they feel good here
Yeah.
with the family,
Yeah.
easy commute, good work.
Right.
It feels home.
Okay. Like how our Member of Parliament, Captain
Brijesh Chowta,
Brijesh Chowta has coined a term called back to Uru. And now I think people are tagging it more and more.
Yeah.
We are also a company that have chosen back to Uru. And we wish many such people will try to choose back to Uru. Just probably a bit forward on this. Maybe you're trying to structure a team. How big is your team, and what's your growth plan?
Sure.
On a very high level.
Absolutely.
Not that you would be going into details, of course.
Yeah.
I think there is a portal called Bulpu
Right.
that allows people to register and show their interest and willingness to come back to Uru. And what are those things that they need to keep in mind, or they need to be prepared before making that transition here?
Yeah.
I know you have spoken to multiple interviews.
Of course.
Many people.
See, when I also came, right, there was a sense of uncertainty. Of course, when you take, it's a big leap of faith you take, right? But you need to be sure about it. Like one of the things that I have in my mind is like once I make the decision, whatever it is, I will try to stick to it and make it happen. I think that one thing in you should always be there. So once that is there, you can make things happen. And I can easily tell, right? Like there are everything that is necessary to make any organization success is available in Mangalore. Be it the infrastructure, be it people, be it support. Like if you go to any other city where you did not, the support system may not be there. Here there is support system. See, when I came back, Rohit Bhatt sir, the Vertex Gurudat Shanai, and many other consulting companies. Everybody reached out to me, not only with the intention of business, right? Genuinely started to help, started to share, hey, these guys have come. There are people, they are looking for people sharing. So that organic ecosystem just grew. And
More
also
like a family, or
exactly.
welcoming home.
Absolutely. And when you are working abroad, right, you don't have your family support there. Like you will be doing all the hustles by yourself. So you have your family support here. So that also gives you a lot of boost and energy to work hard. And my parents at this point of time are really proud that I am back here and doing some giving some employment here and things like that. Of course it's not my own, but it's helping to grow the ecosystem here. So they're also very proud. So I think overall it's really satisfying, I would say. So definitely it's possible. You just need to believe in yourself and make that decision and make it happen.
Hard decision.
Yes.
Convince the family.
Absolutely.
And come back.
Yes.
And of course, the education is really good.
Oh, yes.
For the kids that people would like to transition here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. No, as I said earlier, right? Like my ultimate goal was to come back to Mangalore and see my son grow here.
Yeah.
And rooted, grow in an environment where I grew and engrave the culture and the value system that we grew up in. So I feel like this is a good place to be.
Okay. I think I missed a point, and just to circle back on how big is your team right now, and how far you want to grow in the next 1 year or 2 years. Can you just ponder something on that?
Absolutely. So when I started in 2024, our plan was to have like 15 people team to do some core R&D as such, right? Quickly we realized we have to build a lot of things, and we hired like 5-6 people and started to add value very quickly. So they saw that and they just started expanding our scope, or I started proposing, you know what, hey, we can do this, we have talent to do this. And they started saying, okay, why not you try to find talent, and if you hire, we will grow your team here. So in a matter of 1 year, we grew so much. So we started with one person in January 2025, like the first hire, and at the end of 2025, we were 40 people.
Wow.
Not just in
Yeah, that's
engineering,
great.
but also in IT and finance and support kind of a thing. So we did not have a, like, what I believe is you can't quantify things with the numbers, but you
Yeah.
can't, things will happen organically if you start adding value to the business. So my goal is to build more and more product and more solutions that adds value to the business, and the innovation, the growth, the expansion, everything happens organically if your focus is to make good systems.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah, that's what I would say. So yeah, in 2 to 3 years we will be probably building more products, and we'll be expanding beyond engineering, into support, into IT and operations.
Coming into production? No.
Probably not at this
Okay.
point of time. Eventually, maybe. But all the things that can be done, software-wise, I think we will be doing here. Maybe some
Bose speakers made in
yes,
India.
yes.
Yeah.
At some point of time, I think we will still do the acoustic models, acoustic labs, and all other things in the coming days here. But core manufacturing and production, I think, is something far-fetched at this point of time. Yeah.
So Namith, I was just saying about even in Bangalore, a couple of my friends who have IT industries, they struggle to even add 30, 40 people even in Bangalore for 1 year.
Okay.
And it's really marvelous that you have added in short span of 40 people. Is it because like people chose to come back and that's what helped you? Because I think you have a very niche domain in hiring could have been really tough.
Yes. Yes.
So you did it within a very short span. What was the a miracle there or a magic there?
Yeah, I think there are two things. One is like I believe in a person's attitude and the behavior and than the skills.
Oh.
So I did not really look for all the skills that I am looking for in a person, but if there is a vibe match, if I felt that they are acting as owners, if they are self-starters, then they had an edge over people who had a lot of skills, but I had to tell them what to do, right? So that's one factor. Second factor is once I hired my core team, they had their referrals. So we went mostly with the referrals and person whom we knew rather than hiring someone who we did not know at all. So combination of these two helped me to hire people very quickly, and so far it's proving to be really, really effective, right? People are learning things very fast because they act as owners, and I give them not tasks but give them the goals. It helps them to be creative, and they tell people like, what, we are doing very good work here, and help to bring other of their friends home. So that's how I think I grew. It may work for may work, may not work. It's my belief that this is how you grow the team.
Yeah, so we often see you in multiple instances saying that power of good bosses over good company. You
Absolutely.
keep mentioning that. I'm sure you have an anecdote, something to share on that side.
Absolutely. So this is what I learned in my first company, to be honest. I joined one startup called Telnetics in 2008, and there is this I have a great boss called Sharath Shetty. I am still in touch with him sometimes. So after working with him for 4 years, I learned a good boss can shape your career and change the way you think and mold you into something really good, right? And after that, I always, choose my bosses over the company I worked for. Of course, the
How
domain.
do you do that? You have a secret of finding a good boss?
I think over the time I kind of learned how to
okay.
choose a good boss. I think after
Instincts.
yeah, instincts basically, right? I mean, you spend some time with them and you see like see, everything happens if you have an open and good communication with them. Okay, you need to tell them what you expect. You need to understand what they want.
Okay.
Right, and those should match. If those two matches, things will automatically happen, right? So having open communication, being candid about things, and really understanding what they want and catering to that is really important, and that will help you to grow really quick and make a lot of good impacts. So without making real impact, no one will grow. It's just because the boss, nothing will
yeah,
change.
yeah.
It's that frequency match. It's that psychological safety that if I make some mistakes, my boss is there to cover me up or help me up, kind of a thing. And that's what is important, and that's what I'm also trying to form. Now that I'm in a leadership role, I'm also trying to build such people who can be the next leaders here.
Okay.
So yeah, I think I always believe having a strong mentor, having a person whom you ideology or idol, and having a good boss are the three main things that you need to have to grow.
Okay. So all future employees listen to Namith. He has a good piece of advice and carry on from there. And in fact, my team has been pushing to definitely ask these questions from I don't know, like past 1 week on saying what not general to Bose, but on generally how this professional sound industry would evolve. Definitely, we are keen to hear from you and what could be its direction. So if you ask people like, okay, what's the next horizon for AI? So there are some bunch of answers.
Yes.
But when it comes to sound, I don't think people have ever answered it. So just wanted to hear from you, where is it going to evolve shortly?
Yeah, I think just as a sound system, I think it's almost matured at this point of time. When I say sound, right, like how it sounds, how it gives the feel, and all these things have been matured. But it's the ecosystem around the sound that is growing at this point of time. So till now, right, all the sound system are very static, meaning like you install in a place, and if there are problem, you have to come here and fix it and things like that. So now we are creating a digital twin in the cloud, so that you can monitor, you can preemptively do the maintenance from afar. You can do the software updates remotely. You don't have to come to the site. You can remotely debug and things like that. So that's one part of it. But even before that, when you go to any building, its acoustical models are different. So people have to have the knowledge of the acoustics to kind of decide what speaker to install and things like that. So now we are building, using the AI, we are building the models where you can scan the environment using camera or wearable devices, and we can auto suggest what speaker to use, what amplifiers to use, what DSP to use, what algorithms will be efficient for the acoustic dynamics. So all the auto configuration and auto suggestions, that's one thing we are doing. And also we are using AI in audio algorithms. So before, echo cancellation, noise cancellation was all about suppressing the background noise. But there may be a soothing music that's being playing in background, and you will just cancel that because you think that is a noise kind of a thing.
Okay.
So we are using a lot of AI models to kind of remove only the noise, but not really the music and all those things. And if you have a really long pathway in a hall, and you have all the speakers connected to one source, if a sound plays in the speaker near to the device, that will be little faster than the sound plays at the other corner of the system. So you need to have that auto delays and things like that. So we are doing this all auto delays in the AI models and things like. So there is a lot of such innovation happening. So it's not only about how the sounds, but how do you make the surrounding ecosystem around it easy is what we are innovating at this point of time.
And as Mangalore is now gearing up, lot of activities, events are happening to build Bangalore.
Yeah.
And what are your top 2 or 3 things that you suggest as it, because you have been building in the last 2.5 years. What do you suggest that Mangalore should really build on to attract more talent, more business in Mangalore?
Yeah, I think Mangalore has all the ingredients to make anything success. I think if we have to grow the IT ecosystem here, people who are from Mangalore working outside should make a decision that I have to build in my hometown and come back here and start building it. If people who know Mangalore do not come back and build, why will someone else outside will come back here and build here? I think that's the only one thing I think that can change. Otherwise, you have all the other big cities, you feel like going and playing safe and doing it. I think it's us.
No, in fact, it's an eye opener, because I was expecting an answer from you. Mangalore has to build roads, Mangalore has to build some buildings, there has to be an increased capacity of, like the co-shared workspaces. But you came off really different, because, you are saying it's a mindset, end of the day, and Mangalore has most of it.
Exactly. Like, it's kind of similar to what other question you asked, like how big you want to grow. My answer was like, I don't have a number where I want to grow. I have a goal what I want to achieve, and rest everything is byproduct. Right? So if you decide you want to build here, the ecosystem will grow. Automatically the infrastructure will grow and things like that. Of course, we need to ensure that it does not become difficult for the people who are here. It will grow organically rather than concentrating at one place. But if you start building here, rest everything will grow on automatically. I think it's not that everything is there and you come here and you make it big, but I think you start and then the ecosystem will grow.
Wonderful. Yeah, I mean, this is a new dimension. It's about people making a decision.
My perspective.
And it's so true, right? Like, people are from this area, they've migrated somewhere else in search of a job or in good positions. And you know about Mangalore already, because
absolutely. Yeah. It's your home ground. So playing from home ground always feels special, and you have that comfort that home ground offers.
So I think people who are working elsewhere should just probably make a decision and say, next month or next year I am in Mangalore. That's all. Everything else we have, right?
Yeah. I mean, with the globalization, right? Like, you don't have to be in a specific place to build at this point of time. Especially after COVID, right? People have realized they can work from anywhere. They can build from anywhere. Internet is there. Internet, I mean, especially for software, what you mostly need is internet. Of course, for hardware, you have to, supply chain and all these things are there. But especially for the software industry, that you can build from anywhere. People are available to do code and things like that. So it's possible to do. You have to take that, guts and believe in you and make it happen. But it may not be same for everyone. Everyone has their own context, their own mindset, their own priorities and things like that. But if you are really passionate about building, you should definitely come back to Mangalore and
just start off.
Yeah, just start off.
Don't wait.
Right? Don't wait.
Yeah. And I think, as you know, Namith, we have lot of engineering colleges. I mean, it's really
absolutely.
I mean, as we see how Bangalore grow in terms of IT, I think Mangalore area really grow in terms of education institutions.
Yeah.
And of course, there are many education institutions, and we are all trying to see if those talent, the new talent, the young generation would be prepped so that companies like us who are really coming down here can start hiring them. What's your piece of advice? Educational institutions should be prepped so that it becomes an easy opportunity to scale up faster.
Sure. I think our educational institutions are very good at teaching the fundamentals and making their ground solid. But what industry needs is a practical knowledge,
Right.
right? So encouraging them to take more internships or doing more projects, seeing the problem and creating solutions for them. So they should encourage more on that. That's one part. And second part is research. I think all the big economies, like the innovations came from research,
Yeah,
right?
right.
I think we should encourage more to research as well. And of course, research needs a lot of funding.
Yeah,
It
right.
has all the ecosystem around it.
Ecosystem
So
around it.
I think that's where the government and the institution should invest, because engineering is byproduct of innovation.
Innovation, yeah.
Right? So I think initially when I was graduating, it was more about knowledge. Then it slowly, I see a lot of engineers graduating today have good industry skills. They know how to execute the entire project one by one. I think now it's the next level, which is innovation and research. I think once the innovation research starts, right, rest everything will fall in place.
Okay.
So if you see how US grew, right, like the MITs, the Stanfords, they have so many researchers, so many good unicorns, or thousands of unicorns are from those institutes. Why? Because they have a lot of innovation happening
Innovation.
there. I can't emphasize enough on how important
Yeah.
the innovation is
True.
for any ecosystem
Correct.
to grow. So, yeah.
ನಮಿತ್, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ನೀವು 12 ವರ್ಷ ಸಿಂಗಾಪುರಲ್ಲಿದ್ರಿ, ಈಗ ಮಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೀರಿ 1.5 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ. ಸಿಂಗಾಪುರಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ದು ಡೈಲಿ ರುಟೀನ್ ಏನು ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಆಯ್ತು?
Lips and bounds ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ನಾನು. So when I was in Singapore, I think at some point of time it became more like a robotic life. Andre wake up at 7:30, quickly get ready, get into the metro, go to office, work for 8, 10, sometimes 12 hours, come back home, spend, I don't know, like 1 hour with the family, eat, sleep, repeat. Weekends, rest, maybe go some outing and be there. And once or twice a year, come to India.
ಊರಿಗೆ ಬರೋದು.
It was vacation, but it was not really a vacation because you have so many things to cover when you come back and things like that. So it was more like monotonous. So after coming back, it has changed a lot. I have a slow morning because I don't have to rush. I stay very near to office. It takes me 10 minutes to reach office from my home.
Wow.
I spend good time in office, focused, because I wake up early. I have some time to think through the day, what I have to do, plan and go there and do the things. Afternoon, I come home to eat food at home.
Wow.
Spend some time with my...
People should be jealous with this one for sure.
Yeah. Spend time with my son
Okay.
for some time, and then he goes to sleep, and then I go back to office, spend again like 3-4 hours in office, come back home, again play 2 hours with son, or go to gym, or do something that I like to do. And then I have evening calls because I have to sync with the US team, maybe 1 hour, 2 hours. And then again, sleep early kind of a thing. So
Weekend, ಅಲ್ಲಿದ್ದು.
so yeah, that's my day. And weekend I get to spend with my parents,
Wow.
with my in-laws, with my friends whom I couldn't connect. Get to attend all the events which I used to miss. Like in here there is like puja, there is
Marriage.
nishitartha, there is shad, everything. So you get to go to all those things and mingle with people, right? I mean, human is community-driven person rather than individual. So that gives you an extra boost and extra energy, and it feels more lively, I would say. So yeah, I'm really happy to be back at this point of
Give
time.
me a rating between Singapore lifestyle and Mangalore lifestyle.
Oops. I think Singapore is one of the good places definitely to be. It has a lot of good infrastructure and very easy to commute and things like that. So infrastructure wise, I think I would rate it really high. But from personal and community standpoint, India is a lot better, which is more important for me. So if I balance out both those things, I think India is probably 90 and Singapore is about 75. So,
Okay,
yeah.
nice. So we have a small rapid fire.
Sure.
You don't have to answer really rapid.
Yeah.
So we can take it easily. You
Sure,
can explain it on. The first question, ನಮ್ಮೂರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗಿದ್ರು ಎರಡು ಮೇನ್ ತಿಂಡಿ, ಗೋಳಿ ಬಜೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬನ್ಸ್.
Okay.
ದ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲರ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಟಾಪ್.
Right.
ಮತ್ತೆ ನೀರು ದೋಸೆ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬಾ ಇದೆ, ಮೀನಿದೆ. Which one you choose between ಗೋಳಿ ಬಜೆ and buns? ಎರಡು ಆಪ್ಷನ್.
ಫಾರ್ ನಾವ್ ಬನ್ಸ್. ನಾನು ಚಿಕ್ಕದಿರುವಾಗ NCC ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಗೋಳಿ ಬಜೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಗೋಳಿ ಬಜೆ ವಾಸ್ ಮೈ ಫೇವರೇಟ್, ಬಟ್ ನಾವ್ ಐ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಡ್ ಟೇಸ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಬನ್ಸ್. ಬನ್ಸ್.
ಓಕೆ. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಮ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್ ಸಿಟಿದ್ದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ. ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಎಕ್ಸೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಕೀಪ್ಸ್ ಯು ಅಪ್ ರೈಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಮಾರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಟಿಲ್ ನೈಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಸಿಟಿ ಬಸ್.
ಹೌದು.
ದ ವೇ ದೇ ಗೋ, ದ ವೇ ಯು ಗೆಟ್ ಆನ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಅ ಮ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್ ಸಿಟಿ ಬಸ್ ಆರ್ ಅನ್ ಆಟೋ?
Again, in my childhood, it would have been Mangalore city bus. Now I would say my bike.
Okay. Oh, nice. ನಿಮ್ದೇ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಇದ್ದು, ಅಗೇನ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಇದು, ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಇಯರ್ಫೋನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಹೆಡ್ಫೋನ್ಸ್, ಬೋತ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್?
Speakers, any day speakers.
Okay. Not into wearables, earphones?
For short time, yes, but
Okay.
for long time, I personally, feel it really, if you are closed earphones, right?
Yeah.
It gets hot, and if it's into the ear, it starts creating, a bit of, especially if the music is like loud or like a lot of bass, right? It feels irritating. So
Yeah, after
I
a
like
while.
speakers better.
Okay, great. And I heard, I think I got to know that you also have morning coffee, and again, you're a coffee lover.
Yes.
But
yes.
still a question, coffee or tea?
So yeah, it's black coffee and masala tea.
Masala tea,
Yeah.
okay. With milk?
With milk, of course. Tea is always with milk.
With milk.
Coffee, I prefer long
To be black and-
yeah.
In fact, it has its own taste if you
Absolutely.
have it.
Yeah. It takes time to develop for the taste
Correct.
for coffee.
Yeah.
But once you get used to the black coffee, I think it's really hard to go back.
Correct. And some people still get that sweet flavor without the sugar also.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like, eating mint and drinking water.
Okay. And we are at the podcast now. You prefer music or podcast?
Oh, that's a tough one. Or maybe easy one. I definitely like podcast a lot. I listen to quite a few podcasts. So when I am working out or when I am traveling, I think I like podcast. But when I am maybe focusing on coding or something, I think light background music helps me to focus. I mean, even when I travel, sometimes I listen to music if I don't have any podcast to watch. But if you ask me to choose one, I think I would say podcast.
And what kind of podcast?
Inspirational. Something that I can derive inspirations from. Success stories. Sometimes spiritual. So yeah, it varies depending on my mood.
Okay.
Yeah.
And ದಕ್ಷಿಣ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಭೂತಕೋಲ ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಕ್ಷಗಾನ. These are like, of course, one is more taken into a spiritual way and divine way. Another is a bit on entertainment side.
Right.
ಭೂತಕೋಲ or ಯಕ್ಷಗಾನ?
I think at this point of time, Bhotakola. I think because of the spiritual angle, especially after the Kantara film and all those things. And when I started to learn more about it, it's definitely, Bhotakola. But Yakshagana is also very fun, very colorful, and they're also adapting to the new way and things like that. So they're also adapting. So I think it's also, good to watch.
So you vote both?
Yeah, I think I vote both.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure. And if I ask you, the one that is really so nice about Mangalore is the beach.
Yeah.
And recently they have coined it as Silicon Beach.
Right.
So a personal thing, a personal question for you is, would you choose a beach or a kind of a world conference on speakers?
I think at this point of time I would choose a calm beach.
Beach? Okay.
Of course, calm beach. I think attended enough conferences and all those things. Of course, it has its own advantage of networking, learning, and all those things. But that you can do even without conferences at this
Yes.
point of time with all the social media and the contacts that you have. But nature and beach is something that gives me a lot of inspiration and calmness. So definitely I would choose a beach or a mountain somewhere.
We have both.
Yeah, we have both.
Mangalore has
has both. If you go one side, it's
Yeah.
beach. If you go to the other side, it's mountain.
Right.
I like to go. I used to go a lot of trekking. It stopped once I moved. I am slowly getting back to that. So, yeah, definitely. Nature.
Okay. Yeah, I think, Namith, I think we are done. Yeah, it was great talking.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was
Loved it?
amazing. I loved it.
Okay.
It was very natural, and I could be myself and answer. So it was really good. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for having me here.
Sure. So most success stories are around that we hear are leaving home and going abroad, decorating very large roles at large enterprises. But this series or this podcast are more of people coming back home, making that wise, bold decision of setting something up back in hometown, where people psychologically think it is very tough to make something at a tier 2 city. And this back to Uru space actually is like experience meeting the local roots. And businesses or innovations or sustainability is a real impact where you make something very meaningful at home. And with this back to Uru concept, with the ideas that we have shared today, should probably help somebody to get provoked, I would say,
Yeah.
get motivated,
Hopefully,
and
yeah.
start something, doing a change and coming back to Mangalore
Yes,
and starting
yes.
to build this Mangalore all together.
Absolutely.
So thanks for coming. Thanks for joining our podcast. It was great to have you here. And let's build together. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Avinash, for having me here.